Hey. Hey, we love me. Welcome to What's in the Bag, where we give the voice to the voiceless and we let you say whatever is on your mind. My name is Marvina and I am your host. Good morning, good morning,
Good morning.
welcome.
Good
Good
morning.
morning to all my early birds. Welcome to What's in the Bag, Saturday morning coffee with Marvina. Oh my goodness. God bless y'all. Just welcome this morning. Wow. Good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning,
morning.
morning. Good morning, Nisi. Good morning, y'all. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. That's all I
Yes.
can say this morning. I just want to welcome y'all this morning to another great conversation we get ready to have. First of all, I'm going to let you know what I have in my cup. Of course, coffee. My Coca brand, donut nut brand coffee. Always love it. And I'm doing some difference in it now. I'm not actually putting sugar. I'm actually stopping the sugar intake. Went to the doctors and they told me a little few things. So now it's time to change my diet, getting older. And also today, my BFF Eva.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I'll tell you what I have in my cup. She got me hooked, y'all. The Kroger donut shop blend. This time I'm
Yeah,
finding with a little bit of French vanilla.
yeah,
Different because I'm a hazelnut kind of girl. And of
yes,
course, for me, I am sugar free. I've been sugar free for like about a couple of years now.
yes,
So I'm sugar free, and Marvina's joining that bandwagon with me. Come on,
yes.
girl.
It's all good, all for the health. We got to do some things
Yes, yes.
as you grow. Well, today we this topic today, we really pondered on it all week on trying to figure out how to really bring it forth. It's kind of sad. I know it's not kind of, it's very sad. It's just a sad situation. And we're going to talk about the Buffalo shooting.
Yes.
I just feel like this is something that we need to talk about. It's really sad because not only now the Buffalo shooting, but people monkey see, monkey do. It's getting really bad out
A lot
here.
of copycats.
A lot of copycats. And it's starting to hurt. It's bringing me to a point where I'm starting to feel really sad and just where it's sad for these families who have just going to their family are going shopping and it really just taken me.
Yeah. A
It's
momentary lapse, and I can't, and it's hard to say lapse of judgment, but a momentary bad decision that has a ripple effect that is going to impact families for years and years and years to come.
And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just sad to me that now this young man, I mean, he's a young man, he's 18, you know, that's why we still have children behavior up here, and just trying to get to a root of why our children, and I'm not going to say our children, because this is not expected from our children. It's, to me, it's like a race thing. This is more racial type of thing. It's not a thing where it's just our children. And I'm not just separating ourselves, I mean, the mothers and the fathers from the children, because children are children, you know, no
That's
matter
right.
what color, what creed, what fact, they're children. And what's the root of why our children are able to feel it's okay to hurt other people?
No value of life. It seems like year after year, the value that is placed on a life is diminishing. Is diminishing faster than the value of a dollar.
They don't care.
And you and I, we met a lady last night that said something that was very powerful and impactful, and it stuck with me all throughout the night. And I was thinking on it, and I said, you know, it'd be great in today's segment. She said the very moral foundation that we were raised on, that our parents were raised on, great grandparents and the ones before us, the children of today are fighting so hard to pull away from that.
Yes, like everything.
Right. And when you pull away from those morals and those values, you're left with nothing. You're left with nothing. At some point in time, you have to establish a foundation, not a foundation of hatred. Even when we had nothing, when you go back to our great grandparents and our great great grandparents for them, they really didn't have anything. Only thing they had was the love in their heart and what they could pass on to their children. I feel that part of the issue is, and you touched on this, is that we become such a materialistic society, and some of the video games and things of that nature, just, you know, it opened the kids up to a whole different world. We were not allowed to see and do certain things.
Think about it. I mean, I'm thinking about, I was scared to shoot a gun. I'm still scared. I've not shot. I've never, you know, I'm just saying, the video games, to just be able to go, just scope out a place, go there, and just start shooting people like you on a video game. Like it's something where, what was it, Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, I used to watch it, but the thought of anyone really doing these things, never thought that this would happen. But let me say this. But the thing, do we expect this people to do it by their race and their color? Because people are like expected that this was like, oh yeah, we expect this young man because of his color to do this. They expected the expectancy, and I heard TD Jake say this. When you expect something, it helps. How did he write it? He said, let me get it at expectation. When you expect something, it controls your disappointments. Put it that way. Like basically, because we expect this young man, because he was white, because when we heard about it, automatically I thought, okay, a white kid.
White person. Yeah. Different crimes we automatically associate by the race.
Yes. And the first thing I heard was, if this was a black kid, this would have never happened. They would have killed him. He would have never been just taken in like that, because white people are protected. We're not. I heard all of this type of stuff.
Yeah, I did too.
And I'm sad to say that if you look at the statistics, it's
true.
It's true. So I expected this young man to do what he did. When he did what he did, it makes it easier for the disappointment of our people having to just minding our business, going shopping or whatever we're doing, someone just come and sniff our lives
Yeah.
and suck
Yeah.
that away.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
And
like the way, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
how can you think about it? How can you prepare your children for that? How can you prepare anybody for that?
You can't. And I'm use this as an example. The other day when you and I left out and we took Lima Bean, everybody knows I call my baby Lima Bean. When we took her out with us, she had her little bag, her little rolling bag, she had her little toys. She had on her little, I call them little pink shoes. And she was in her own world, just happy to go out with her grandmother and her auntie. Going into the store, she just happy. Saturday mornings and afternoons is typically you doing family events. You running around taking care of things you didn't get a chance to do during the week. You're grabbing breakfast or lunch somewhere.
Mhm.
The last thing on your mind that you are thinking about is that, you know what, let me be on my guard because somebody's gonna come in here and shoot up the place. You don't think about that. And if you as an adult are not thinking about that, there's no way on God's green earth that we can prepare our children for that. When I heard this shooting, it literally kind of took my breath away because I was thinking like, okay, monkey see, like you said, monkey see, monkey do,
Yep.
copycat.
Yep.
And I think about how just about every Saturday I am at the baseball field with my grandkids. That is an open platform,
For
you
someone
know,
to do it.
just
Yes.
so much going on in the world. And so now you constantly, when something like this happens, you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You scrutinize the person next to you just a little bit more. You watch for sudden movements
Yes.
more so than you normally would. Because as a parent, we're already protective, but
Right.
just more so than you normally would. So the peace and solace that you have when you hit Friday, hit this Friday, you happy, like let me get into the weekend, and then you hear this. So now it's shattered, because
Yes.
now rebuilding has to start.
Yes. Yes. And let me say this: this young man planned this out. So everybody's saying it's a mental thing. He has some type of mental issues or whatever. He planned this out to the point. I read an article and it blew me away that he logged in and wanted people. He wanted people to sign in to watch him
Live stream, yes.
live stream it. Also, he planned. He drove from what? How many hours? An hour or so, whatever, to
I
this
feel like
place.
over 3 hours to get
Oh,
there.
I'm
Oh,
just
more than
saying.
3 hours.
Okay, target this area when he entered this area and just so. How mentally challenged are you?
You were smart enough to put together a map to be able to drive from 3 hours. That's like driving from here to Savannah with an hour to go. You're not just gonna get in your car and just randomly drive. So he had to put together the destination.
He had it. He
He
had
had
all of
to
that.
ammo, whatever, everything. He had to put it together.
And I mean, I'm sorry, we do have men. When I think of a mental issue person, I could see like we was talking about last week's kid going and spitting on somebody or hitting them or whatever, but to plan out a whole action plan to kill people, I can't see a mental issue. I just think he has a
Yeah.
problem that someone has implanted in him. And I was told that he said black people were coming. They brought black people here to take over as we're doing and this and that. And we know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's inevitable. We're going to build. We're going to grow because we're very smart people. Whether taking over, I don't get that. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I don't see a mental issue.
No, somebody said one of the news reporters said apparently he had a psychotic episode. No. Now let me tell you. Now I'm good with words. I'm gonna tell you something. There's a huge difference between a psychological break and a psychotic episode. A psychotic episode is where there's no rhyme or reason, and just in a matter of minutes, bam, somebody can snap or go off the rails or do something that is just so totally against their nature.
But the
Psychological episodes are where you literally plan out the event. You create a plan in order to execute whatever it is that you're contemplating doing.
Right.
Whether you're
Right.
planning to take somebody's life, you're
Right.
looking to rob a bank, you're
That's
going
right.
out there to steal somebody's car.
Right.
So miss me with that when you say that it was a psychotic episode. Understand and know the difference between the two, because they
Exactly.
are two very real things. And I
Exactly.
mean, we all do. We all have psychotic episodes at some point in time. Whether you get so frustrated you go off on everybody in your house and everybody go get somewhere and sit down. Whether you go off on somebody at your job, you go off on you stand in the line at the grocery store, you go off on the person up front because they're just taking too much
I
time.
mean, you got a
That's a
reason.
momentary lapse.
Exactly right. Then something ticked you off at
Yes.
that moment. But to plan it out, to sign in, they investigating all. I mean, everything they said. They're investigating everything. The sites that he was on.
Mm-hmm.
Also the people that came on. Also, where he getting all his all this stuff that he's getting, where this is
Ammo, guns, all of
guns,
it.
it's all of this. But
Yeah.
you know what's so funny? No, it's not funny, it's sad. One of the managers, had an article about the manager who called in and was talking to a dispatcher. And the dispatcher was mad because she kept whispering. So she hung up on her. She hung up on her. Now, because she was upset, and I have these articles. I'm going to give you the website if you want to go ahead on and
She
look
sure
them
did.
up. But they will never. They said they put her on a lead. She's on lead.
She was fired. Recent update. She was fired.
Finally fired her, but at that time they gave her unpaid leave. They never said what color she was. So I wanted to know, was she black, white, purple, yellow? Was she black?
Look at me.
Was she? Oh, I never seen a picture of her.
Yeah.
I was wondering, what happened to this young lady. So she just hung up on her.
She just hung up.
Because she was mad. I mean, y'all can go back and do what I'm asking everyone to do, because this don't just affect, the family. This affects us all.
Yeah.
Because this can happen to any one of us. This is a random thing. And I want to people, I want us to actually start looking into how these people are doing this stuff to us.
Yeah.
And knowing the reasons why they're doing it. Is it that, like you said, we're not protected? People can, anybody can come just shoot us up, and that doesn't matter, and we're not protected. Why? Why aren't we protected?
Because people are able to get their hands on guns too freely. Today, getting a gun is like going in the store and buying a candy bar. They're not doing the checks. This law that Governor Kemp signed. Come on. I mean, and let me just give some statistics. We think that the mass shootings are just random episodes that we may hear about sparsely. But no, a lot of the news outlets have decided not to always report the incidents of violence because, like Marvina said something earlier, copycats. You get people that, if George jumped off the bridge and he got his moment of infancy, you get other people that go out there and do the same thing. Monkey see, monkey do. So I'm gonna just run down some numbers for you guys. A mass shooting is categorized as any shooting that there's 5 or more casualties. Today is the 21st. How many will we have today? Yesterday in Kissimmee, Florida, which we were just down there last year, they had a mass shooting. There were 6 people that were killed, and 11 others that were injured. It did not make mainstream news, and I'm glad that it did. We're coming up on the vacation season. Yeah. You think about how much money and how many people would have canceled their vacations because of this.
Yes.
In Chicago, on the 19th, there was a mass shooting of 7. In another part of Florida, on the 18th, there was a mass shooting of 9. Should all these things be reported on? No. I'm just one of those that no. Some things you got to hold, you got to hold in pocket so that you can keep down the mass hysteria that it will create. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that don't agree with what I'm saying. And it's okay because sometimes we have to agree to disagree.
That's sad though.
Yeah,
Because it can happen. I mean, I feel that every one of their lives are more is as much as important as the ones that got killed
yes.
In this shooting. So why are we holding back? Because what color, what race, who is doing all the shooting? Why are we holding back? We should know what's going on. I mean, I get it. Like you said, it might stir up a whole lot, but why not stir up a whole lot? Because we got to say we're not protected. So if we don't know, we ain't gonna know no better. So we got to know that this stuff is going on out here. And everybody keeping it hush hush. That's why we don't have the voice that we trying to give the voice to the voiceless.
Okay. Look, I take that. Look, I take that.
It's so easy to act like it's not there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
Just because we don't see it don't mean it's not there. And
that's
it's
true.
sad.
That's true. But we got to go back to what we talked about last week. People, it is imperative that we start showing our kids love in the home. As soon as they come out the womb, boop, maybe while in the womb, you show, because I know I did. I showed love.
Me too.
And
I named mine.
Yeah.
Mine. They were in my stomach. I named each one of them. I knew their names before they came out. I knew the sex of my children because I had that attachment towards them. And I came out, and to this day, I have that attachment with my children.
Yeah.
Not to the point where I want them to hide and not be able to tell me things. My young, let me be something. My youngest is about to turn 17 years old, and he is, of course, he's wide open. He's ready to become a young man. And he goes out and, he makes a lot of his decisions on his own. And now he don't need mommy, and he says, he don't need daddy for these
decisions.
Or auntie. Am I worried? I'm not, because I know what I instilled in my children. And if there's a problem, please come and talk to me. I don't have a problem with talking to my children.
Yeah.
Not one bit. And we started that bond while they were young. This ain't nothing that just occurred because they grow.
Yes. I think that's how part of how you and I became the best of friends, because of our children and how we raised. We've always had very strong value.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something else that people missing. When as a parent, as a mother, your child. Right. You know when something's not right.
Yes.
Stop trying to be your kid's friend so much and be a parent. You see something is wrong, go. My kids will tell you.
Exactly.
Mommy will say, what's wrong with them? Okay, you want to talk about it? If they tell me no, I give them that space. I give them an hour and a half.
Me too.
Guess what? I'm going back and say, all right, now you didn't have a little time to calm down, think about it, woosah. Let's talk about this and let's see what's going on. Because psychologically, I want to know what's going on with my child. I want my child to have everything piled up inside of them. And then they go out here and do something that this young man did.
Exactly.
Because so you got to start getting to the core. You got to reach into the core. And growing up, my mom, my dad, they talked to me. They would come and ask me some questions, Jesus, that would shock me. And at times I didn't want to say anything, but when I look back on it, I was the catalyst for certain things that happened in my life because I did not speak back to my parents. I didn't open up to them.
Right. But all children are not there, though. I mean, I'm granted, all children aren't there. Sometimes some children aren't comfortable talking to other people, and it's okay, but long as you guiding them in the right direction. It's to that point now that I realize some parents, they'll do stuff for your children and don't even let you know that they're doing stuff for your children.
I
mean, I'm just gonna throw that out there, but that's a whole nother story. But what I'm trying to say to you is, if you see that child out there and there's a problem, you see it. Sometimes it doesn't take the parent. It might take someone on the outside, like the auntie.
Village.
Like the
Village.
auntie.
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad you said that. Around the time of when my daughter was 16, she and I got to a point, I don't know, I guess because she was growing up and I'm still trying to be mommy without really letting her do so much. I still want to be involved in every little minute detail. She went to Marvina.
That's right.
Me and her, we went, if I said that it was night, she'd go out there and look to see if the sun was shining, and she would tell me that the moon was out, so it was a little bit brighter, so it was day to her. So that was just kind of the conflict that she and I had going on.
Yes.
I did it. I know she went to see her auntie one day. She came home a different person. I don't know what it was. Not until she was 19 did I find out from this person that she had her that night she came. Well, I'm sorry, my daughter came to see her, and they had a conversation.
You ain't find out that from me. You found that out from Naisha. I ain't never told you nothing.
Well, and let me say this: whatever she said, and I can honestly say this about Marvina. Whenever she has a conversation with any of the kids or any people, she holds that like baby. If you could pay her money because you give her something valuable, she gonna hold it near and dear and lock it up for the kids. She doesn't tell anybody.
That's right. I want people to trust me. My dad told me when I was younger, how you think somebody's supposed to keep your secret if you can't keep your own secret? And I wanted to be one of the ones who keep a secret. So I always wanted to trust. But I definitely want to be able to talk to children and get them to trust me enough to be able to.
That's right.
It's not, and for me as a parent, I want my children to trust me. I don't want them to, when they say something to me, I'm going to run and tell somebody else what we talked about. Now, if someone finds out, you told.
Right.
Okay. Now that's a whole nother story. I'm just talking about the fact that the children needs to have some type of outlet to be able to talk to someone.
Yes, it's a village. It really does take a village, and I think that part of hold on one second, Marvina, I was trying to put up some of the comments that are coming through because some of them they're really good, but it's not allowing me to.
Okay,
so maybe you can from your side.
Ma'am, I'll get you. Go ahead.
Okay, and because somebody put up there just what you just said. It takes a village.
Yes, there is no value of life. This white supremacist feeling that they becoming extinct.
Yes.
You know that about Trump and all that other stuff that they were doing. So we already kind of figured that they got some psychological issues going on.
And it's time for the communities to start to come back together.
Yeah, that's true.
So much of our kids' lives are left open to the metaverse, which for those that don't know, that's virtual reality. And I'm gonna tell you something, you don't know who you're meeting in some of these virtual reality worlds, because the other people that's on there, they're real people too. And you don't know what's going on. They're left to video games. Right. One of the things I love about my sons and their children is they're not indoor kids. They remind me of when we were growing up. They are always out. They play baseball, basketball. And when they come to me, I'll say, "Oh, I got my virtual reality game," or "You guys want to play Wii?" Outdoors. They go right outside. They love being outdoors, even though they have these video game systems and everything. It's rare when they are on them, and they are some very well-rounded and respectful children.
And
my
she's
kids,
not telling a lie, because them kids, man, I went to one of their I don't mean to get off the subject, but this was just so. I went to their baseball game. I went to one. And I watched these children play. I said, these children hitting this little ball. And when they hit it, at the park. It's just like amazing to me. I said, I want to be on these young men team. They done went to the championship and all of this thing, because their father feels like, and their grandparents, that they should keep them grounded, not only into computers, but also into
Forgive me.
and I love it. Well, I'm
Yeah.
just so, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I feel that this subject was well needed. It's, we
Yeah.
really need to realize that. And I mean, I'm not blaming our children to be terrorists and going to kill
Yeah.
or whatever, because
I blame society.
yeah,
I blame society.
me too.
I just I blame society.
Bad.
Things that, I put like this: parents, ratings are put onto video games and movies and TV shows and things of that nature for a reason. Now, the people that make these movies and make these video games, they can't be in your home. But what they can do is what they have been doing. And it is up to us as parents to say, that's not age appropriate for you. Allow a kid to be a kid as long as they possibly can. Because once the age of innocence is gone, it's a whole
But
different
also,
ballgame.
it's not even just the video games. It's just getting a relationship with them, period.
Mm-hmm.
Finding things other than the video games to babysit them. But I
That's
remember once
right.
upon a time it was TV. Now it is the video games. Even my grandbaby, she loves her little games and stuff. But I interact with her. I do things with her. Her mom does. So her dad does, and her other grandparents. We doing other things to kind of get their minds. Children need to stay children before they become adults. And the good part about being a child is you get to have fun. Once you become an adult, you're gonna have to work and come home and take care of the other children, take care of responsibility. Let's give these children a chance to be children
That's right.
and not keep having to grow up so fast and be um, um, parents before their time, or wind up being so psychological, having issues then that they feel like they got to go to the schools and shoot up some things.
That's
Watch
right.
their attitudes. Watch to see if something's different about them, because
Yeah.
they a lot of times these children are being bullied and all this other stuff, and everything is being swept under. Wait, it's our responsibility as an adult to take some kind of control here. And I don't know where it's going to start, but I'm hoping and praying right here, right now, that we
Yeah.
start waking up and seeing that this is getting out of hand.
You know, every time you go on to social media, there's always some new challenge. Well, you know what? I'm gonna start one today. I charge each and every last one of you guys that's watching and that will watch us in the future. I challenge you guys to learn your neighborhood. Go out and introduce yourself to your neighbors. Your kids live in that neighborhood. They may go out and socialize with the other kids in the neighborhood, and you know absolutely nothing about the child or their parents. Go out and introduce yourselves. Start rebuilding that village.
Yeah.
Take out the time to go to their school. Take out the time to go to church. Spend some time with your kids in church.
It's a lot.
Get to local, yeah,
It's just a village. It takes a village also. We all got to come together and make a difference in this world. And it starts with our children, because the innocence are being taken from us. And we are actually wind up seeing our children dying. They're dying off. They're becoming, I just don't see in the near future, if we keep going this route, that that we're going to have a real great future for our children. It's going to be really bad. It's getting bad. It's getting bad. Well, of course, we went over time, like again. We would like for y'all to comment. I'm sorry, share. Talk about this. Tell everyone about what's in the bag on Facebook. Let them know that we're out here. We're looking forward to getting some more followers. Go on what's in the bag. You'll enjoy it out of the week. We do all different things throughout the week. You get inspired. You post, share,
mhm.
comment, do all that great stuff. Also, if you on YouTube, you got What's in the Bag 21. And all of the videos are on What's in the Bag 21 on YouTube. So if you're not signed in, log in, go to What's in the Bag 21, look at the videos, some that you didn't miss. There's some that you might have not heard or
Mhm.
seen. Go there and look there and find and look at some more of our content. Also, if you want to see me on TikTok, it's at Marvina Clay. I love TikTok. A lot of y'all know that. Just some of y'all see me on TikTok. If y'all know me on my a regular account, you might see me on TikTok doing some TikTok things. And this has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just grateful, that we can have these type of topics and talk about this so we can get kind of down to the bottom of it and give a voice to the voiceless.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
And
need a
I just want to add something really quick. When you guys go to YouTube, please like, share, and follow.
yes, please.
Please like, share, and
Subscribe
follow.
and subscribe on
And
YouTube, please.
subscribe. Yeah.
Sorry, and
Yeah.
subscribe. Yes, please. We're new, we're growing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're growing. But I know if we can just touch one person, we're doing what we're supposed to do. Just one
Yes,
person.
ma'am. Yes,
That's
ma'am.
That's all
And
we need to touch one person.
and on Fridays we're changing it from Friday to Funny Fridays. No, Friday Funnies. What's in the bag? Friday Funnies. And you will see Marvina will start to post one TikTok video a week. Watch it and then go to her page, like, subscribe, and follow. Love you guys.
Hey, that all you got to say?
Look, and as always, stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day. Love you guys.
Hey, we love you. Thank you. I'm sorry this wasn't one of them nappy go days, but you know what? We got to talk about it. We're going to give the voice to the voices. Stay
That's
tuned
right.
next week. We love you. Goodbye. Thank you. I love y'all.
Love you
Have
guys.
a blessed day.